Ukrainian troops on the front lines have called for more weapons to help them fight back against advancing Russian forces in the Donetsk region. "We need more equipment, ammunition, support," Alexander, a battery commander in the 26th Artillery Brigade, said after helping prepare a Ukrainian howitzer to fire at Russian positions. "The situation is quite difficult. The enemy is accumulating its forces for further assaults and occupation of territories," he said. According to Associated Press, troops in the unit were preparing a Ukrainian 155mm self-propelled howitzer 2S-22 Bohdana on Wednesday to strike Russian positions. The declared range is 42 kilometers for a conventional model and 60 kilometers for a rocket-assisted projectile, soldiers said. The youngest member of the brigade, a gunner, is 21 years old and has been at war for almost 3 years, according to howitzer commander Anatoly. "The guys here are such that they do not feel fear, they are real heroes," he said. "They are not afraid of anything." Meanwhile, in Davos in Switzerland, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky met with leaders and officials in an effort to stir up support for Ukraine's fight against Russia. As he did so, US President Donald Trump threatened to impose stiff taxes, tariffs, and sanctions on Russia if an agreement isn't reached to end the war in Ukraine, a warning that is likely fall on deaf ears in the Kremlin. The United States already prohibits the import of virtually all Russian products, and Russia has faced a multitude of US and European sanctions since the invasion began almost 3 years ago.
Да, плюс розрахунок до бою. Армата!
Які іскри сюди прийшли, ти бачиш?
Самому меншому 21 рік, він вже 3 роки майже на війні, навідник. От. І хлопці теж такі, взагалі страху взагалі не відчувається в них. Тобто такі, герої настоящі, скажімо, не бояться нічого. Це озброєння НАТО, це натовські стандарти, і їх у всьому світі дуже багато. От через то він для нас на даний час важливий. Наша Богданочка, Даніелочка зроблена 155-й калібр під натовський зразок. От. І ефективні, тому що. І різновидності багато.
Ще трошки! Стоп!
Ситуація доволі тяжка. Противник накопичує свої сили для штурмів, подальших заняття території. Але працюємо, намагаємося як більше знищити противника. Я думаю, потрібно більше техніки, боєприпасів, підтримки, щоб люди наші військові заморилися, вже багато дуже часу потратили, потрібно ротації проводити, але ж всі розуміють, що для цього треба щось зробити і відновити якісь дії. Краще б, звичайно, щоб допомагали міжнародні країни, нам якусь давали підтримку, але своїми силами стараємося щось зробити.
Зараз на секунду підійдуть.
Та тут валяється.
Да, завезеш мене у чуду, там буквально пацанам совет купив.
Aerial views of Rafah, in Gaza on Monday showed the widespread destruction after more than a year of war. According to Associated Press, as well as the devastation, the video also showed Palestinians attempting to return to their homes since Sunday's ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. People are seen trekking through the wreckage, some on foot and others hauling their belongings on donkey carts. During the 15-month war, many have had to relocate several times as the Israeli offensive targeted different areas of the enclave. The return of the families comes amid looming uncertainty about whether the ceasefire deal will bring more than a temporary halt to the fighting, who will govern the enclave and how it will be rebuilt. The United Nations has said that reconstruction could take more than 350 years if Gaza remains under an Israeli blockade. The war in Gaza began when Hamas-led militants attacked southern Israel on October 7, 2023, killing some 1,200 people, mostly civilians, and abducting around 250 people. Some 100 hostages are still inside Gaza, at least a third of whom are believed to be dead. The Israeli military bombardment that followed the attack has flattened large swaths of Gaza and displaced 1.9 million of its 2.3 million residents. Over 46,000 Palestinians have been killed, according to Gaza's health ministry, which says women and children make up more than half the fatalities but does not distinguish between civilians and fighters. The Israeli military says it has killed over 17,000 militants, without providing evidence.